Welcoming you to Space Station 14 will be a hypocritical lizard holding a spear trying to confiscate your arms. Never hand over your weapon, unless it's launched into the collector. Unarmed, now it's time to run. Fleeing suspects should praise the forgiving disabler gun issued to security. It grants criminals a fighting chance. The odds of escape increase if a clown appears like a vigilante Tupac to defend you from two inhuman cops. There was a third officer on the scene, but he just kinda walked by. Can't have too many crooks in the kickin'. They'll trip over each other's brutality boots. Lacing up a pair of minority stompers sounded appealing to Ronald Easter. Not the minority part, the stompers part. His steel toes don't discriminate. For those who don't know, on Space 14, Ronald Easter has a pirate accent, hence the hard R. Furthermore, wondering what are those was a genuine question about the slimy anomalies, not an attempt to revive a dead meme. Who needs answers when yet another savior clown is around to drink the unknown breathing goop? A fellow foul-mouthed passing by then joined in the slurping of the conscious gelatin. That pedestrian sipper was a science nerd who had his fill of the anomaly. He set up a camera that emitted viral rays that makes someone or something so internet famous they no longer exist. Sometimes it may take a while to vanish into irrelevancy, although it's inevitable. Embrace the endless cast of oddities born to terrorize the halls. The next was a meaty bubble with mouths and claws. Those white lines over that security officer implies the floater has talons hidden in its tentacles. Retiring from the onslaught, Ronald became the fly buzzing between the captain and head of security's conversation. Discussing the topic of war, Private Easter claimed he was ready to deploy. Art Woolard, the revered HOS, pointed out the rookie's lack of pack-worthy heat. On the Black Pants Legion station, security cadets graduate with a pistol in their pocket. Lethal force all day, baby. Keep that disabler shit in the locker. Still, that wasn't enough in the head of security's eyes. He made sure Ronald was equipped with something heavier, even offered a lesson on safety. Now prepared, Ronald went out on patrol. Hear the familiar sound of stabbing coming from the library. This wasn't no fucking game of Clue. The noise was a collaborative effort involving a knife-wielding comrade and a giant spider. Living by the blade, Officer Knife Fight City over here sliced the table down to scrapwood before cornering the blue-blooded beast. However, he broke rule number 1 when combating with spiders. Never let them get away. If you're lucky, you'll find him a room over. When you do, just don't be the asshole carrying a gun without one in the chamber. Ronald corrected his mistake, thus giving him the tool to put down the 8-legged rabid dog. Sorry, the alternative pain-free injection doesn't quite have the range a submachine gun does. Ginormous stray animals and normal-sized cows infested the station. Coincidentally, Ronald got a taste of apex predator speed when he suddenly started teleporting short distances. Unfortunately, he couldn't control the power like idiots driving fast cars. Avoiding collision, he steered his focus back on the cows blocking the roads. Shooting the milk dispensers was a mercy killing compared to a butchering. Yeah, the chefs are gonna have to pick a few bullets out. Besides that, it's quality beef. Well, judging by the condition of where people gather to eat around here, these folks probably aren't afraid to swallow a lodged bullet with their gunned down meat. To make this place where food is served even nastier, an ass-gas attack covered the spread. This wasn't an ordinary gross bar or restaurant. It's been remodeled into a meat steakhouse. That's not redundant, it's a steakhouse made out of meat. The chairs are fucking raw. The seats and the walls are both made with this beefy material. Seeing that structures are being built out of cows, then that must mean they're durable. This swayed Ronald to bring a family of building supplies along for his controlled explosion. If San Andreas taught us anything, it's best to test fire your pistol on a fuel tank. The motherfuckers with udders seemed unbothered. Hell, tipping them over would have done more damage. After that excursion, Officer Easter returned to the meat steakhouse. Since all the meat is being used to build, the restaurant has fallen on cooking people. Right out in the open too, like a hibachi grill. Fixation on the spectacle of Burning Man got Ronald's sidearm lifted out of his pocket faster than a sloppy open carrier. His SMG would have to do in the fight against cow overpopulation. I could bring up the Diablo 2 cow level, but I've referenced that more times than there are cows. Mowing down bovine at point blank range made Ronald question if he was really protecting and serving. Is shooting non-threatening loiterers ethical? Yeah, sure, why not? Certainly it wasn't economical to the warden, the armory's gatekeeper. He had to remind Ronald ammo trees haven't been invented yet. The conservative warden kept it green by donating a chargeable laser rifle and a switchblade to this waste of ammunition. Suppose in the warden's twisted mind, lasers and knives grow on trees. That'd be better than pesky lights and ornaments. You know, those seasonal invasive plants which take over trees for Christmas and stay until they're tediously removed. We'll have to talk about that another time since a gnarly shredder just totally wiped out in front of Ronald. The former Daredevil abandoned their rocket skates, leaving Ronald to be the next person to pick it up like a cursed Goosebumps item. Paying no mind to the bowling shoe level of feet sweat, he submerged his bare bunions into the footbath swamp. Strapped to wheels and rockets, they worked in tandem to send our red friend into a door. A head injury nap and medical tube session later, turbo roller skating recrudesced. Damn, did he just go through that fire lock without obstructing it? Sure did. Judges Judges would declare that trick a 10. Attempting to take it slow, Ronald fucking Easter managed to pummel himself into a coma on that same flame shield he just bypassed. A courteous dragger did come along to save his draggy body. Wanting to avoid pestering the doctors with the same self-inflicted brain trauma, Ronald ghosted his appointment. For the 100th time, Ronald Easter has been banished to purgatory. This edition saw him as the only person on a space station. He was the captain, therefore he could go anywhere he wanted. Though without inferiors beneath him sucking off his every move, the position of admiral didn't seem as prestigious. Dropped into a last man on earth type scenario, and this freak chose to murder job-assigned pets. Poor animals simply eager for their owners to arrive. Personally, if I was the only person alive, I'd stick to the normal shit, such as traveling to forbidden zones, eating a supermarket's entire inventory, and releasing bodily fluids wherever I please. Disgusting, yes. So is this captain's ability to run a ship. Having no engineers, left his solo ship in the dark. After growing bored of his free-range gun range, Ronald Easter took his signature suicide space float to call it quits like an astronaut funeral.
Where's the king?
King. I hear King near medical.
Stop that, Jay.
Yes.
I just need food. They tried to
I
hurt
got
me.
food.
No timer.
Door! Be tight, be up!
9. That block.
What the fuck?
That King is cool.
Can I HC
My
some?
timer's is up.
Yeah.
Follow me.
SSC.
Free.
Great.